So I should really be packing, but you know what? I'm too excited. I just said, the heck with it. I'm going to make this video. I am so excited to make this video for you today because this is a year in the making. I started this YouTube channel a little over a year ago and not a whole lot happened at first. And then 6 months ago on Christmas Day, I actually got monetized. Best Christmas present ever. I'm going to do you a solid and I'm going to tell you right now, over the last 6 months, I have made $9,875.25 USD. So by Canadian terms, we're talking over $13,000. This has absolutely blown my mind, far exceeded any expectations I have, and I'm incredibly grateful to the people who have watched my videos, subscribed, commented. You have given me support. You have given me content because I make more videos based on your questions and your comments. So thank you for that. And thank you so much for all of your positive, encouraging comments. You have no idea how much you've meant to me. Now, as my way of saying thank you, what I want to do today is share with you some of the assumptions that I had about making a YouTube channel that I have discovered over this last 6 months that were false. So let's start with assumption number one. I thought I needed really great equipment in order to create a YouTube channel. Turns out all you need is your phone. You can really get your YouTube channel started just by using your phone. Make sure that you have some kind of mic. Don't just use the microphone from your phone. And make sure that you're using as much natural light as possible. I have a box light to my right and I have just the window to my left. You don't need to go crazy on equipment. Number two is I also thought I needed to be an expert in my field. What I've learned is that people don't really care that if you are an expert. What they do want to know is that you're real, you're authentic, you've been there, done that. You come with a lived experience, and that's what they want to know. I really like the phrase of turn your mess into a message. And having gone through divorce at this later stage of my life, starting over in my 50s, I really had some lived experiences that I wanted to share. And also the heartbreak of empty nesting and dealing with a parent with Alzheimer's. These are all human things that we can relate to. And it's a relief for people to see a YouTube video and say, hey, that's me. They can relate to you. And so you don't have to be an expert. You just have to be real in what you've learned and share it with others. Another assumption I had was that these YouTube videos were kind of like vlogging, like watching people live their lives day to day. And I didn't want to do that. I'm not a Kardashian. People don't care what I do from day to day. But what I realized is that this can be an absolute business based on the expertise that you have. Let's say that your YouTube channel about chicken coops, then what you can also do is turn that YouTube channel into an entire business. So for example, you could be making ebooks about all the different recipes that you could be using that feature the eggs that your hens are laying. Or you could be doing a how-to in how to build those chicken coops. You could have affiliate links to all the different equipment that you need in order to build the chicken coops. So you could be getting multiple streams of income coming into you just from your one YouTube channel. It does not have to be all about AdSense. Assumption 4 is that I thought I had to upload 2 to 3 times a week, and I'm a pretty busy grandma. I look after my grandkids, and when I come home, I'm exhausted. And so the idea of having to do 2 or 3 videos a week just seemed overwhelming to me. So I'm very lucky to get 1 up a week and sometimes 2. I find that pace to be doable, but whatever it is that is doable for you, please make it consistent because you don't want to have like 1 video 1 week, 3 videos the next week, and then nothing for 2 months. There needs to be consistency in your routine. A 5th point was that I thought subscriber count was what it's all about. They keep talking about you got to get as many subscribers as you can. But here's the thing. You do need 1,000 subscribers in order to be able to get monetized. But after that, it's really all about just getting enough subscribers. I think it's 100,000 in order to get your first plaque. What it's really all about, more so than the subscriber count, is how many hours of your videos are being watched. You need 4,000 in order to get monetized, and how many views your videos are getting. So here's the absolutely lovely part. At one time, subscribers were really important because it was those people that your new videos were going to. But what's happening now is that every upload is now going to new viewers. In fact, about 75 to 80% of my videos are being seen by new people. So this gives new small channels an opportunity to grow because YouTube is putting it in front of all these new people. And the way I look at it is it's like every video has a chance to go big. Every new video is a new opportunity. It's like a new day. If your last video didn't work out so much, that's okay. The next video could do amazing. And it's almost like every new video is like a lottery ticket, and it might be the one that wins, you know? So the bottom line is, don't obsess over your subscriber numbers. After you've hit that 1,000 and you get monetized, really focus on the content of your videos and just let that subscriber number naturally grow. You'll get there. And eventually, who knows, maybe you'll get that silver plaque. Number 6 was a big lesson for me. I was thinking that I really didn't know what I wanted to talk about. And like so many of you out there, I've got a whole bunch of different interests. I was a psychology teacher, I was an English teacher, I love history, I love politics, all these different things. You can't talk about all these different things in one channel. The idea is we got to stay in our lane. So my channel is all about retirement and starting over in your 50s and divorce and empty nesting. Basically, these are the pillars of what it's like for a 59-year-old woman to be living solo in this world at this time. And we need to stay in our lane for a couple of reasons. One, we don't want to confuse our subscribers. But two, we don't want to confuse the YouTube algorithm either. If you have a channel that is, let's say, about gardening, and then all of a sudden you start throwing in some curveballs like talking about politics or astrology, something that is very different from gardening, you're going to confuse the algorithm, and they're not going to know who should they be sending your videos to. So you may hear the niche is you, and that is true to a point, but what aspect of you is that channel all about? And the odd time I do videos about the YouTube journey because I am learning so much and I get really excited about it. And honestly, creating a YouTube channel does fit into the whole idea of my retirement plan because it does provide me a creative outlet. It gives me something to learn, stretch the old noodle, and of course, make some extra cash on the side, which is really helpful, especially when things come up like I had vehicle troubles and my YouTube earnings help pay for that. I live in Western Canada, so we have cracks in the windshield all the time, and now I need to replace my windshield. So this is going to be a huge help in paying for that bill as well. And I'm in the middle of moving. So as much as I'm going to be saving money due to the downsize I'm about to do, the whole process of moving costs money. So the earnings from YouTube is really going to help with those aspects of my life. And those are the kinds of things I want to pass on to other people. So this is how it fits into my overall channel. Assumption 7 is really important. I thought that every single video I did had to be different. So I was thinking I can't talk about, topic X because I've already talked about it and people are going to, get bored. But let's go back to my previous point that most of my viewers tend to be new, so they haven't seen me talk about that previous point before. I'm a retired teacher, so the way I look at it now is instead of me having to change up the lesson for the same classroom every single time, what's happening is I've got the lesson, but the students in the classroom keep changing. So I can do that same lesson or variations of because most of the people in that classroom are new and have never heard it before. Assumption number 8 is that I thought that I would be able to figure out a formula that would make the videos all succeed. And that is not the truth. There's going to be some videos that do really well and some videos that don't. And if I knew exactly what it was that made the ones really successful and the other ones not so much, I would be a millionaire. And even the people out there who have been doing this for a long time, that they're still not absolutely sure as to what makes a video take off and what doesn't. There's certain things you can do in order to help your video along for sure, but it's all about what are people interested in, because YouTube puts your video in front of people. And if a bunch of people really liked it, engaged in it, that sort of thing, then what happens is YouTube will put it out in front of a bunch more people. And they just keep doing that until interest in that video wanes. So you could have a video that is constantly getting traction for months. I did one video, this one, that has over 200,000 views at this point because people keep watching it, because it's what's called an evergreen video, where it's helping people learn about how to get monetized and actually how to get paid once you're monetized on YouTube. And it comes from an angle that a lot of other people haven't taken. I've had feedback from people saying, I've watched a lot of videos about getting monetized and no one has ever explained this proponent of it before. So I think that's one of the reasons why it just keeps going, because it's giving people information that they haven't been able to get from anywhere else. I'll tell you the video that launched this channel, because I had done 11 videos before about things that are so important to me, like retirement and my mother. My mother has Alzheimer's. I talked about these things and I got less than 40 views. And then I did a video about moving into a condo and downsizing because I didn't want to put my kids through what I had just gone through for 10 years with my mom. I'm not complaining about it. I'm just saying I don't want my kids to go through what I went through. Of course, I would have done it for mom. I continue to still do things for my mom, but I just wanted things to be a little easier for my kids. So this was the video that I did, and it was the one that actually launched this channel. It got over 100,000 views. And then an interesting thing is that the video I had done on retirement was also getting noticed for the first time because of that one video that took off. So between those two videos, I got the time that I needed, the 4,000 hours, and I got over 1,000 subscribers. So it really just takes 1 or 2 videos, guys, to get launched and monetize your channel. But that leads me to assumption 9. I thought a really good video would just get the views. I had that retirement video that has over 100,000 views at this point that didn't have anything for months. And obviously people are liking the video now, but why did they not click on it before? Because of thumbnail and because of title, it just didn't appeal to people. So you could have the best video out there, but unless you're able to hook people in and get them curious about what it is that your video is all about, then they're not even going to click on it because you're in competition with a bunch of other people as those thumbnails are coming up across people's For You pages, and somehow you need to grab their attention. So between your thumbnail and your title and the text on your thumbnail, you need to be able to get them curious, invoke some kind of emotion. Make sure that you're not just repeating the words in your title as to the text on your thumbnail. They should complement each other but not compete. And also, if your channel is about you, then put your face on that thumbnail as well in some way. Because if they've come to like me and follow me, they're not even going to read the title. They're just going to go, oh, that's another video from Lisa, and then click on it. So you want that recognition as well. It took me a while to get this through my thick skull, but the packaging matters. Think of it this way. Your thumbnail earns the click. Your video earns the watch time. And assumption number 10 was that I thought people are probably not going to want to listen to a 59-year-old Canadian grandma. I don't have the editing skills of these videos that are, fancy and fast and full of like B-roll, all those things. But what I've actually learned is that it is my age demographic that YouTube wants the most. And here's the reason. It's because YouTube actually wants a whole bunch of people my age to start these YouTube channels because we are underserved. There's a lot of people in, Gen X baby boomers who are watching YouTube more and more so even than cable television. It's becoming the new thing to watch. There's a huge audience out there and not enough creators. And this audience doesn't want all the flash and the glitz and the, cutting to all these different B-roll edits. They want authenticity. They want a slower pace. They want someone to talk about what's real, what's human, what's honest. They want to be able to see themselves in other people's lived experiences. They want to know that they're not alone in some of the challenges that they're having in their lives. And for those of us who are willing to make these channels and talk about these experiences, it really does help people out there. Makes us vulnerable, and we will get some pretty nasty comments. You have to be prepared for that. Just keep a good sense of humor about it and don't take yourself too seriously. But the way I see it is that for those of us who are willing to put ourselves out there, we could actually be helping people who are going through a really tough time, and they're just looking for someone who's kind of been in their shoes, and knowing that someone else has been there and gotten through it gives them that hope that they can get through it too. What a gift. So if you've been thinking about starting your own YouTube channel, but you've been kind of talking yourself out of it and giving all those excuses like, I don't have time, do one a week, one a month, whatever it is, be consistent. Or 2, I don't have the equipment. You need a phone. You need some natural light. Do invest in some mics though, and that they are not expensive. But the YouTube platform is free. Editing software like CapCut is free. And there are a lot of YouTube channels out there that teach you exactly how to do all this stuff. Someone who inspired me to start, another Canadian named Jen, her channel is Silver and Solo. I'll put the link in the description. Another one I love to watch is Larry, and he's 72 years old, and his channel has just taken off. And in fact, there's another gentleman called Mike, and he's in his 80s. So please don't tell me you're too old to start. And please don't tell me that, everyone is talking about the same thing. Yes, they could be talking about the same concept, but you are the only one with your lived experience. It's like 50 different news channels are covering the same story, but they're covering it from different angles and different biases. It's the same thing with us. 50 of us can go through retirement, but we're all going to experience it differently. And so that is your unique ingredient to this mixture, and that's what people are going to be drawn to. So I'm really hoping this video has wiped away some of your fears, made you a little bit more inspired to start your own YouTube channel. If you want to see a video that I did about how to actually launch your YouTube channel, you can watch this video right here. And you can also watch a bunch of other people who have been super helpful. People like Rob the Maritimer, another Canadian, or Kevin Colby. I have found both of these channels really helpful in learning about YouTube. But if you want an all-encompassing course, then a friend of mine who has done very well in YouTube has actually created a course, and she calls it the Freedom Builders Club. And it is a paid subscription per month. So you can be in it for 1 month and be done if you want, or stay in for as long as you like. I will put that link below in the description so you can check that out if that interests you as well. In the meantime, I am so hoping this video has done its job and you're going, yes, I am starting now. Let's get this show on the road. Because what an amazing ride, full of fun, some extra cash, learning experiences, making connections with other people. I have loved every minute of it, and I would really like the same for you. So go for it. And above all, have a wonderful day.